only at NewportAquarium.com.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, a very memorable weekend for the very worst of reasons. 2 deadly mass shootings happening within 13 hours. The communities of El Paso, Texas and Dayton, Ohio, dealing with the devastation as people everywhere are asking, why does this keep happening? Good evening and thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Nicole Griffin. Authorities say these 2 men right here are responsible for 29 deaths since Saturday afternoon. Patrick Crusius is now in police custody, accused of killing 20 at an El Paso shopping center yesterday. And Connor Betts, who died in a gun battle with police, is responsible for at least 9 deaths, including his own sister. We turn now to ABC's Romina Puga for the latest on both tragedies.
Authorities releasing the mugshot of 21-year-old Patrick Crusius, the alleged gunman who terrorized the El Paso Walmart in the deadliest mass shooting of this year.
AK, somebody's got shot.
20 people were killed and dozens injured. Today, officials were beginning to remove the bodies of victims from the crime scene.
Horrific will be unserving as far as what that scene looks like. It will leave an impression that you will never forget.
Authorities believe Patrick Crusius traveled 600 miles from Allen, Texas to El Paso. And at around 10:30 Saturday morning, armed with an assault-style rifle, launched a massacre that went on for 6 terrifying minutes before police arrived.
The person that was taken into custody without incident, and no law enforcement personnel fired their weapons.
And as the country was reeling from that tragedy, another massacre in Dayton, Ohio. The president weighing in.
These are 2 incredible places. We love the people. Hate has no place in our country.
Police say 24-year-old Connor Betts opened fire along the downtown Oregon district, killing 9 people and injuring 26.
It was complete chaos. People start running, and that's when I started hearing shots fired. And bullets were just riddling.
The gunman, who was wearing body armor and using an AK-47 style rifle, was shot down by Dayton first responders in less than a minute. The city of Dayton released the list of victims today. Among those killed, the suspect's sister. Investigators now looking for a motive.
Here in Texas, the Justice Department says they'll aggressively pursue federal hate crime, federal firearm, and domestic terrorism charges against Patrick Crusius. He's already facing capital murder charges and the death penalty. In El Paso, Texas, Romina Puga, ABC News.
With the mass shooting happening in El Paso, Texas, and even closer to home in Dayton, it has left people across the country and Hoosier State wondering what's next and how to avoid it. As RTV6's Cameron Riddle reports, it could be as simple as speaking up.
With so much violence in the world, it often feels like it's a danger to even leave your home.
You just have to watch your back. And it wasn't like that when we were growing up.
Lifelong Indianapolis resident Talonda Gamble is a mother of teenagers. She says the harm that awaits them when she can't see them is enough to keep her up at night.
I have young daughters, teenage daughters, and I just have to be careful with them driving different places around the city because I'm scared for them, and I just call and check on them all the time. Even my oldest daughter, because it's just too much happening going on.
As the nation tries to make sense of tragedy, IMPD is encouraging Hoosiers to remain vigilant and keep an eye out for anything that just doesn't look right.
We always want people to be aware of their surroundings. Something we've talked about in our city for the last several years that I'm aware of is see something, say something. And that really goes a long way.
19-year-old Brittany Slack says she's not afraid of the sudden danger any of us could be in at any time. She says her plan of action is to not be scared or surprised, but prepared.
Honestly, for me, I think because I'm just so rooted in my faith, I'm not. I expect these things to kind of happen in a way, which is sad to say. However, like this, some of these things are literally discussed in the Bible, what's going on, so it don't faze me. My thing is being watchful, being mindful.
Police say being aware, watchful, and mindful can make all the difference when the worst becomes reality.
As a 911 call taker, you're only as good as the information that the person on the other end of that phone provides you. So you can fast forward to being a police officer, being an investigator, whatever role we might play. in a lot of ways, we are only as good as the information that we get from the community.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Cameron, thank you. Governor Holcomb is directing flags across the state to be flown at half-staff to honor the victims of the tragedies in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. The governor says flags should be flown at half-staff from now until sunset on Thursday, August 8th. Holcomb also asked businesses and residents across the state to lower their flags to half-staff. On a day when we're dealing with all the shock of those mass shootings, a Zionsville church had a bit of a scare that luckily turned out to be a false alarm. Local and state police were called to investigate a suspicious package at the Zionsville Presbyterian Church. Church members told investigators suspicious acting woman placed a box containing a jar, liquid, and a cell phone on top of a refrigerator and then left. The woman who left what police call a fake bomb has not been arrested yet tonight. IMPD hit-and-run detectives are trying to find a black SUV involved in a hit-and-run crash that killed a 62-year-old woman. Here's a photo just into the newsroom of that vehicle. It's a black GMC Envoy between the years of 2002 and 2009. It has tinted windows. Detectives say the driver of the SUV was traveling westbound on Brookville Road in front of a trailer park when it hit 62-year-old Pamela Bonilla and did not stop. It happened around 8:30 last night. Police say the SUV was last seen traveling northbound on Arlington Avenue from Brookville Road. If you have any information tonight, contact Crime Stoppers. Taking a live look right now at our Weather Now camera network. Another warm summer day. It's been a while since we've seen any rain, but will that change anytime soon? Let's get a check of the evening outlook from meteorologist Kyle Mounts.
And Nicole, most of us are going to have to wait a little while longer to get in on some rain. Now, Storm Team 6 radar does show we've had a couple of these isolated showers just outside of the RTV6 area popping up. You can see one just to the north of the White County line there, even a little bit of lightning detected with that. So northern areas may see an isolated shower this evening, but most of us are going to stay warm and dry with those mostly sunny skies. Made it up to 88. That's still our current temperature in downtown. 86 in Greensburg and Tipton, coming in at 84 degrees. So if you are going to be heading off to the Indiana State Fair this evening, don't think you have to worry about any rain there. Mostly sunny skies right on through 8 o'clock. We've got 84 degrees. The sun will set just before 9 tonight and tomorrow morning. Yeah, IPS heading back to school. Kids in good shape there at the bus stop. Middle 60s, 86 as they head home.
Kyle, thank you. Down to a story you'll only see here on RTV6. A father is thanking a local family, calling them heroes after they ran to help his son after he was involved in a crash where the driver ran him over. Garrett Norman is still in the hospital 12 days after the crash, recovering. He has burns all over his body. It happened on Tuesday, July 23rd near 61st and College Avenue. He was coming home from dinner with his girlfriend around 9:30 on his motorcycle when he was involved in a crash, and the driver attempted to leave the scene, running him over and dragging him down the street. You can see his scraped up helmet and his torn up jeans right here. Garrett was pinned under the car while his girlfriend ran behind that vehicle, screaming for the driver to stop. Barry Foster was in his backyard and heard those terrifying screams and rushed over to help.
Garrett was trapped underneath the vehicle. Trapped, his helmet was sticking out, but his body was being compressed by the car. I knew right away we had to get the car off him, and so I said, let's get the jack out of the trunk. There wasn't a jack, and so we threw everything out looking for the jack, but there was none there, and so I ran over to my garage and said, I'll just get my own.
Barry was able to get that vehicle off of him while his daughter Evelyn kneeled on the ground comforting Garrett and helping keep him calm. And now as he continues to recover, his father wants to thank the people who helped save his life.
It means so much because it means that, I mean, people still care and they take action and they want to help people that are injured. They are heroes to us and our family and to Garrett. And he's lucky to be alive, and they're part of it.
Family hopes that Garrett will be released from the hospital this week. Tonight, we are still waiting to hear from police on whether or not the driver involved in the crash is going to face any charges. Coming up, all new at 11 o'clock, I talked to Garrett's girlfriend who was on the bike with him during that scary crash. The Muncie Animal Shelter will reopen tomorrow for cat adoptions only. The dog kennel will be closed for weeks. The department says the closure is because animals may have been exposed to disease and illness after the shelter took in animals that had been neglected. Friday's announcement came one day before Animal Care planned to host a big adoption event. The dog kennels will be closed until at least August 19th. Your Monday morning drive will get off to a good start if you take Interstate 70 anywhere between I-465 and the South Split. The eastbound and westbound lanes are reopened ahead of schedule this weekend, beating the original Monday morning deadline. The busy lanes shut down completely 9 days ago for paving and repair work. A local barber shop is stepping up in a major way to help kids right here in our community. Today, True to You Barber and Beauty Salon near West 10th Street and Lyndhurst Road hosted a back-to-school giveaway. It was organized by Rob Fry, one of the peacemakers for the city's violence reduction team. Not only did they give away free haircuts to more than 20 kids, today they also handed out free shoes. And these were not just old shoes, they were brand new shoes donated by Nike. The barbers say it's a perfect way to give back to the community and help kids get ready to head back to school. The search for affordable prescription drugs is a constant struggle for millions of Americans. This week, the president made it a little easier for them to seek solutions beyond the U.S., but the road may not be so easy. We'll explain coming up. Kyle.
And it's been a beautiful day to be out on Morse Reservoir, but we do have some rain chances returning in the week ahead. I'll let you know when you're most likely to need that umbrella. You're watching RTV6 News at 6.
At Ross, yes for less.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
This week, the Trump administration announced it will open the door to allow Americans to buy lower-cost prescription drugs from other countries. Corey Rangel has reaction on the proposal and why it could face resistance.
Everyone has their passport, their license.
For months, Jillian Ripolone has been traveling from Michigan to Canada to buy her insulin.
I just called for a bottle of Novo Rapid.
She is part of a growing number of Americans driving to Canada to save on their prescription drugs. Quinn Nystrom is another patient who heads north, driving 3 hours to get her insulin.
It works just like my American insulin. So, yes, I will go and use $30 insulin instead of being ripped off and being held hostage here in America and spending $340 for a vial.
According to Reuters, at least 10 states have passed or proposed laws to allow bringing in prescription drugs from other countries. But actual shipments would not be legal without federal approval. Now, the Trump administration says it wants to bring those cheaper Canadian drugs to the U.S. as a way to bring down prescription prices. The plan would allow state governments, pharmacies, and drug manufacturers to come up with proposals for safe importation and then submit those for federal approval.
I'm happy to commend anybody, Republicans, independents, Democrats who are taking steps to take any steps towards a direction that's going to lower the price of insulin.
The pharmaceutical industry has argued drugs from other countries may not be as safe because they're not regulated by the FDA. Experts say the plan could also take years to implement, which alarms patients like Quinn.
That is several more years of innocent Americans dying. We don't have years.
Another hurdle, the move is expected to face pushback from Canada, which opposes the idea over fears it could impact its own drug supply or raise the costs for Canadians. I'm Corey Rangel reporting.
The Circle City looking great on this Sunday afternoon and evening. Blue sky all around, and it is warm. Temperatures close to 90 degrees this afternoon. But look at that humidity, only 30% with a light wind, so it's comfortable, even though it's a little on the toasty side. Your temperature right now, 87 in Zionsville and Kokomo, 86 with sunshine in Bloomington. We still have that north breeze around 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's keeping the humidity low. Now, tonight we'll find those temperatures sliding back through the 70s and into the 60s tomorrow morning. I don't think we're going to start off our Monday in the 50s. We've had that the last couple of mornings. By tomorrow morning, though, 66 in the city, 62 will be your temperature in Columbus. So a little warmer start to the day, and temperatures will make their way quickly back into the 80s. Already for 11 a.m., we're at 82 degrees with mostly sunny skies. A little more cloud cover as we go into the afternoon. Not too much of a wind out there. Those highs will be a little above average, pretty much right where they are this afternoon. 88 again in Indy, close to 90 at 89 degrees in Columbus, and Lafayette coming in at 88 degrees. Now, there's a spotty shower chance here as we go into tomorrow afternoon. But again, like today, I would say it's only about 10% or so. This is 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. You see a few of those cumulus clouds, and then it tries to pop up an isolated shower. If you see one, it's not going to last very long, and it will not produce much in the way of any rainfall. I think a better chance for rain rolls in here on Tuesday. May have a couple of scattered showers out there. Certainly notice the increase in cloud cover at 9 o'clock Tuesday morning. But as we get into the afternoon and evening, a few more showers moving through here. That said, models not all that impressed with how much rain it's going to be bringing. Generally talking about less than a half an inch of rainfall here on Tuesday. So if you've got some of that yard work to get done here, it looks like next couple of days you're really in pretty good shape. May just have a few showers impacting you on Tuesday and again Thursday. Let's put it all together now in the 7-day planning forecast. Chance for showers and storms on Tuesday will bring that high temperature down to 84, 86 with a spotty storm on Wednesday. Then another chance for some rainfall moving through on Thursday at 86 degrees. And we'll keep those highs in the middle 80s, right about where they should be for this time of year. And right now, next weekend looking pretty much like this one, and that is pretty good with highs around 85.
Our day off tomorrow looks kind of nice.
Good pool day once again.
You know that's where I'll be.
That's right.
All right, Kyle, thank you. Coming up, there's increasing demand for caregivers to help look after our aging family members. It's a Hiring Hoosiers report you won't want to miss.
Event going on now at Ashley Home Store.
RTV6's mission with Hiring Hoosiers is to provide you with connections to jobs, resources, and training. RTV6's Lauren Casey is looking at a first-of-its-kind program in Monroe County, a program in demand to deal with the aging baby boomer population.
I just really fell in love with it because I've always wanted to be a nurse, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity for me.
Mackenzie is a health science student taking part in a special program at Hoosier Hills Career Center, and she has big plans for her future.
Graduate high school and go to college and hopefully become a nurse. Oh, I love it.
Audie Page is her classmate. She says they're covering a wide variety of medical topics like terminology, but working with a certain group of people is what she has enjoyed the most.
Definitely the Alzheimer's and dementia training. And we went to a nursing home and we got certified for Alzheimer's and dementia training, and that was my favorite part.
Hoosier Hills is located in Bloomington. The Career Center serves nearly 700 students across several counties, including 9 different area high schools. Part of what they have to offer health science students is Alzheimer's and dementia training for caregivers.
We had a conversation almost 2 years ago about the need for improving healthcare across the board.
Hoosier Hills partners with the Alzheimer's educators with IU Health Bloomington for this specialized training.
We see such a need working with the long-term care community, whether it's facilities, long-term care facilities, or home care, that there's just such a lack of caregivers, and also caregivers that really understand dementia. And I think it's really amazing that we're watching healthcare change right before our very eyes.
Absolutely.
What started out as a pilot program is now winning awards and becoming a model for other career centers across the region. The students travel to an assisted living facility and they're paired up with the residents. They get to know these people living with memory loss, and they develop care plans to focus on the memories they still hold on to rather than what they've lost. The certification is important for future caregivers, but this training is about much more than that.
It's not so much what our kids learn in the skills. That's a great part of it, but the fact that they have those connections with the adults struggling with dementia, that's when you see that they get it.
That was our Lauren Casey reporting. As the need grows for these caregivers, these 11th and 12th graders are on the right track to fill those roles with compassion and courage. Folks at Hoosier Hills were able to secure a $1.2 million grant to serve students in programs like this one in several career centers across our area. We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.
Jetta, Tiguan, and select Atlas models.
Right now,
I just need you to get real loose. Get comfortable.
As students, teachers, and staff get ready to head back to school on Monday, they're getting a chance to put a little pep into their step. Superintendent Alicia Johnson was joined by elementary, middle, and high school principals for the Get Up Challenge dance. As you can see, participants were happy to kick up their heels in excitement over heading back to school. Looks like a lot of fun, Kyle.
Yeah, and the summer break might be over, but we're going to hold on to some summer warmth here the next couple of days. Upper 80s again tomorrow. Then that better chance for showers and storms comes our way Tuesday and Thursday.
All right, Kyle, thank you. Looks good. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 11.